Dantala Jatu Dewan. Ndengdeng music is me, and I am Ndengdeng music. Ndengdeng is an instrument called in Hausa Molo. It could be called in English as zither, which is made of the raft grass. It is made into about 21 stalks of the raft grass, but in 3 segments, each 3 segments into 5, making 15 strings of the instrument. So we have 5 sounds of Ndengdeng, and it is normally played especially by very old people, and if it is the young people, they will always be using it, especially the young gentlemen. They use it when they are in courtship with their girlfriends, and sometimes you go to your girlfriend's room or house, you may not even tell her anything. So you will sit quietly and play your Ndengdeng. You sit quietly, play your Ndengdeng. Your girlfriend will be sitting somewhere enjoying your music. You will be maybe kind of wooing her through the sound, in fact making her feel happy with you, telling her about what you can do, telling her about who you are, and as she listens to the songs, you may even spur her to see you as a good person. And so if you want to see peace, you must go to Rwanda. And therefore we feel that for us to achieve any good thing, we need to take Ndengdeng music to where there is peace, where there is no difference of religion, where there is no difference of tribe, and where everything could be achieved. And one other reason is that because of the peaceful nature of Rwanda, all international conferences, all world summits, every other good thing that is decided in the world, if it is not done in any other part of the world, if it is Africa they think of doing it, it will be Rwanda. And therefore we feel we go to Rwanda and see how we will sell our kind of music, which is the Ndengdeng music, to them. And as we reach there, because of the nature of the land, which is similar to that of Plateau, in fact we found it very easy, and they too found it very easy to accept us because of the peace and because of the related nature of our land. Ndengdeng music is fully accepted there. And you use the music to explain yourself above other gentlemen. And even if you know who is going after her, you use your song to overpower the other person. And in fact, in those days, if you are a very good singer, you win the girl. And sometimes too, if there are problems in the society, problems in the community, if there's any outbreak of any disease, you use the Ndengdeng to educate people, to enlighten people about such diseases. If there's any ill thing coming into the town, you use that to educate people. If there's a witch or a wizard in the community, you use the Molo, the Ndengdeng, to tell people to be very careful with this environment, keep careful with that house, because there's a wicked person there. Sometimes it even goes to mentioning the name, and people get to know. So if you are a very good player of Ndengdeng, people gather around you to know the things that are happening within the community, and we use that as education. And it could be a sign for any war, because when the young men are getting weak to go into war, you use Ndengdeng to engineer them, to put them in the spirit of facing any challenge. And after there, everybody is ready to go and face the war. We could have traveled to any other part of this world, any country in the world, but we felt that we start with Rwanda for so many reasons. In fact, Rwanda has a very relative climate to that of Plateau, and their geographical location, their topography is similar to that of Plateau. And apart from that, they suffered so many crises like Plateau people suffered, especially the genocide that took place in Rwanda in 1994. We felt that we would go to Rwanda to have an experience of what is happening there, and we were told that Rwanda has achieved peace. And in Plateau, after 2001, with the crisis and series of crises that we've been having, we've not achieved total peace like Rwanda had, and we had to go to Rwanda to be able to know the secret behind them succeeding in achieving peace when Plateau has not achieved that, because it's sometimes said that the effects or the aftermath of any crisis is the social ills or vices that we see happening around us. People going to kill because they are left with some of the guns that were used in the crisis, or the effects of smoking, effects of chasing after women, that is fornication, sexual immorality, and so many others. Such things happen after war or crisis. But the reverse is the case in Rwanda, where after the genocide, people came together to take note of their differences, to take note of their religion and their politics, and after it now, when you are in Rwanda, you will find out that they don't ask you of your tribe, they don't ask you of your religion, they don't ask you of your region. All they talk about is Rwanda. And even as we were in Kigali, nobody was talking much about Kigali. They talk about Rwanda. We are Rwandans, we are Rwandans. And if you ask them why they feel so, they will tell you we are one. And therefore, after the crisis, they realize themselves that they are just but one people, and so they think about developing their country. That is why today Rwanda is, if not the fastest developing country in Africa, it is the fastest developing country in Africa. So when we came back from Rwanda, we felt that we should organize something where we would invite some government officials, some of our friends, well-wishers, to share our experiences from Rwanda with them, and especially to thank government of Plateau State for sponsoring us to travel to Rwanda, and also some of our good friends who assisted us to travel, and especially Gas Development Association, who also contributed in sponsoring us to travel to Rwanda. So we call it Embrace Plateau, and Embrace Plateau people came, and it was not just gas thing, it was a Plateau thing. We feel that what we went and saw in Rwanda, if you say after crisis what you see is reactions of the crisis, what we saw in Rwanda is peace after the crisis. So we feel that Plateau people should embrace peace, know that we are one and the same people, so that Plateau will be one of the fastest developing states of Nigeria, or Nigeria should maintain her position of being giant of Africa and the fastest developing country in Africa, as Rwanda. And people came for the Embrace Plateau, and we celebrated it where people danced together with us. People ate our different kind of foods in form of cuisines, and people came and still assisted us. We enjoyed ourselves the whole of that night, and the thing came to a close successfully, hoping that next year we will organize another one, hoping that it is going to be better than the one we did this year. The future of Ndengdeng music, from our vision, the vision of Dantala and Group, is that Ndengdeng shall be accepted universally, and it should be one of the best original indigenous form of music that is accepted universally, and that it is accepted as a genre of music. Because we went to Rwanda and we were fully accepted there, we have no doubt that in the nearest future Ndengdeng music shall be all over the world, because it is a genre that we feel it is the only one that could express African nature, African culture, African beauty, and in fact that can be used to achieve peace throughout the nation and the world.